Hey guys, this is Bruce over at BCool Radios in Seattle. Hey, today's video, we're going to kind of go over the as-found condition of these radios I get off eBay. Now, you know, every radio I restore, I have to buy on eBay to begin with. So I see how they come in. I know what they look like. I mean, locally there's no radios for me to buy, or I would. So yeah, I got to go to eBay try to find these hidden gems that I can restore back to, you know, their glory days. But, you know, this guy is a TRC457. Awesome radios, really. PLL 858, you know. We love them. But, yeah, look at this guy. Some of the digits are not working. And when I plugged this guy in, first thing it did was pop its fuse when I tried to key it up. So I know what that is. That's that pesky C179. So we've already opened this guy up, and this is kind of what you'll see inside of these guys. Yeah, you can kind of see these. This radio actually isn't terrible, right? Got some dust in there, but as you can see here, the original light bulbs are still attached and working. So yeah, it's not pretty. It definitely needs a nice BCool radios cleaning, but yeah, this is what they look like. But we're going to show you that this guy is not up to par. It definitely needs some work. Alright, let's take that cover right off here. Alright, we got this radio hooked up to my test bench, and we're going to put it through its paces. We'll give you an as-found condition on its performance, and we'll go from there. Okay, here's the volume knob for the power. There you can kind of see it's trying to make some noise. Really, yeah, that's pretty poor. See, as I move those potentiometers, there we go. I heard some hiss there. Alright, what else we got? We got some digits out on the clock, and I'd say that 40 channels looks a little dim to me. But hey, those meter lamps are still working, so that tells me the radio did have low, you know, pretty low miles on it. Now this radio is 45 years old, so you know it's going to show some age. But so okay, here we go. Turn that on again. Let's see how it does this time. Oh yeah. All right, we do got some stuff here. Let's see if we can get the SIGGEN turned on. We'll go to channel 40. Alright, we'll turn it up here. Yeah, we got some receive. That's not bad. So that's pretty good. Let's see how far we can go down here. Yeah, that bottom scale is pretty much off the charts there. I can't get it down to like I normally would get most of these sideband radios down to less than 0.2, even 0.1. So there's 1 microvolt. There at 3 microvolts, I'm starting to hear some audio. So yeah, the receiver is not very well tuned up. It's lost its sensitivity through the years. Yeah, you know, that's why these things need a tune-up. Alright, let's plug in the mic and see what we can get on the TX side. Alright, so you saw how the receiver was a little weak in there. Definitely, hopefully I can get in there and either tune it up to specs, or maybe there's a transistor or something in there. It could be a little weak on the receive side. Yeah, sometimes some people run linears on these and kind of take out the front end. Okay, so what's up next? Let's go over the transmit. Okay. So we got the original microphone here, and we'll see how the audio test here. I have my test station over here. I use one of these Grants, and actually that's a 980 SSB. Those are great radios for receive, always spot on. Alright, let's see what we got. Check, 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 audio. Check, check. Oh, I don't see any audio in this microphone. Yeah, a lot of times these old microphones, they've been dropped too many times and they just don't work anymore. Alright, I got a brand new one. We'll try putting that in there. Alright, this guy's spanky brand new. Check, 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 audio. Alright, I heard something on there. Let's see what we got for power here. Turn that down. 27,4036. So it's definitely off frequency. And how much power do we got? Yeah, it looks like that's only 1.5 watts. Check, check, audio. I don't see any swing either with the transmit. That's too bad. But when I first turned this on, it wouldn't even transmit at all because this pesky, you can see it down here, it's missing because I just cut it out to do some testing. But that's C179. It's a little capacitor that shorts out on these. Almost 90% of these radios I see, that's bad. So I'll put a new one of those in. But just for testing, I just snip it out of there. Check, 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 audio. Alright, so let's check our sideband. See if we can get some sideband on here. Okay, test radio. We'll go to lower sideband. Switch this guy over. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. As you can hear, the sideband is really, yeah, this is what you'll sound like when you talk on an old radio that's not in tune on sideband, because, yeah, the sideband has to be spot on. Let's see if the clarifier is locked. Yeah, it's not changing. So this is stock radio. Stock radio will sound like this on sideband after 40 years because, yeah, it's just probably as far off as the AM though, so, yeah, that's what it sounds like. So as you can see, sideband is pretty much useless. Nobody's going to talk to you on sideband if your radio's not tuned up and put back on frequency. So again, it's just a byproduct of this being a 45-year-old radio. We're going to go through. I see some digits are missing from that clock. This is kind of dim. Yeah, we're going to, you know, what do you do when you get lemons? You make lemonade? Haha. We're going to rip out this clock and put a frequency counter in that small window. Yeah, you just watch me. And then we'll get this guy looking a lot better, working as good as it can. I have high hopes for this radio. Anyway, this is just what they look like when I buy them off eBay. All dirty, off frequency, low receive, low transmit power. You know, so luckily a lot of guys can fix their own radios. But I kind of do this for you folks that just don't like to stick your fingers in electronics, especially vintage. Alright, you're going to watch this guy transform. I'll put out a few series of this radio. 73 is Bruce, BCool Radios in Seattle. Hey guys, in this part of the video, we're going to show you how this turned out after removing all the sheet metal and giving it a deep clean. Go over some of the cool things about this TRC457 so you can see it. It's missing its face because I took it all the way down. Came in here You can see I changed out these capacitors. There's a couple of them in there in the power supply. Yeah, that part gets pretty warm in there, so we always change this capacitor for sure. And then down here you can see that pesky, see the little yellow cap there? That's C179. Yeah, those guys always are bad in these, because really they were asking these caps to do way too much. They're buffering the relay output, and they just weren't designed to handle that kind of a thing. So I put in a higher voltage unit and a modern technology. Yeah, they seem to hold up now, but 40 years ago, yeah, that's asking way too much. But if you look around, this guy's in really good shape, really. Everything is stock. The clarifier hasn't been messed with. None of the cans were messed with. And you can see here, even the original meter lights are still attached and working. There you go. And they key up red when you transmit. Pretty cool. Yeah, what to do with this? What to do with it, huh? And when this 45-year-old radio is still stock, and that's hard to come by. But I usually like to open up the clarifiers on these and give it a few channels, nothing crazy. But I'm tempted to keep it stock. People do like stock radios, but really sideband, you gotta have that clarifier unlocked. Also, this clock is still missing a digit. It's kind of messed up a little bit, so here's my plan. Maybe you'll agree, I don't know. I'm gonna take this clock out and make a little miniature daughter board to my counter. And that way the counter will fit in this little tiny space here and fit the window of its face. That sounds like a challenge. Problem is, when you hook up a counter to a D858 PLL chip like this one, they have a crazy switching scheme in here where AMTX uses an upper sideband crystal with its 25 kc offset, and then you have your 25 kc offsets for sideband upper and lower. So yeah, if you put a counter in here, the numbers are changing all over the place, whether you're on AM sideband or TX or receive. And that's not usually really cool. So I'll probably tie the counter into the end gate down here. The end gate down here is still a frequency generated, and it will just change in 10 kc steps. It won't show you the clarifier, but really it will show you where the frequency's at, and it will show you exactly where you're at, so you know, it's a little easier to comprehend. Okay, we'll show you what's going on here. We did give this guy a tune-up after we changed a couple capacitors. Let's see what we got here. Check, check, check. Audio, audio. Yeah, let's see what kind of power we got there. Check, check, check. Audio. Oh yeah. Audio, audio. There we go. Sideband, a good 15 watts. It probably peaks up closer to 18 watts, but we like to keep her, yeah, under 15. Okay. As you can see, that unit now has great receive. Let's see, great transmit. Turn this guy down. Yeah. So it's still got the goods inside. All right, we'll see some more videos of how this turns out.